SBA Publications.
Hello dear students, how are you all? I hope that you're doing very nice and you are studying well. Today I am here with the next chapter of our English grammar, and it is our chapter number 4. The name of our chapter is pronouns. I believe that you are familiar with the topic, and today we are going to learn deeply about pronouns. So let's get started. Pronouns are words that can replace a noun in a sentence. As we already know that pronouns are used in place of nouns in a sentence. For example, let's read the following passage. Preeti is my friend. She lives very close to my brother's office. He works for telecommunication department. They often come to visit me on holidays. We talk a lot about childhood where we meet. It has been a happy time for us. In the above passage, the pronouns she and he replace the nouns Preeti and speaker's brother respectively. They refer to Preeti and speaker's brother. Me refers to the speaker and we refer to all three people including the speaker. It refers to their childhood. Okay? Now, there is a point that you should remember. The noun that is replaced by a pronoun is called antecedent. Okay? So, the noun that we have replaced by a pronoun is called the antecedent. In the above passage, she replaces the noun Preeti. So, therefore, Preeti is the antecedent of she. Now, here we have some types of pronouns. Let's read about them. The main types of pronouns are personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, reflexive pronoun, distributive pronoun, indefinite pronouns and relative pronouns. So, in total we have 8 types of pronouns here. Let's read about the first one, that is personal pronouns. Personal pronouns such as I, you, he, she, him, her, them, it replace persons or things. So these pronouns, they replace persons or things in a sentence. There are 2 types of personal pronouns. Now personal pronouns are also of 2 types. First is subjective and second is objective. Subjectives are the ones that play the role of a subject in a sentence. So the pronouns that have taken the place of the subject, okay, in the sentence, and the objective are the ones that play the role of a preposition or a verb, okay, that take the place of the object, the preposition or the verb. For example, Amit and Renu are 2 friends. He likes her very much. She is also very fond of him. Now, in the above sentences, he and she play the role of subjects, okay, he and she are the subjects, and therefore they are personal subjective pronouns. But the pronoun her in the second sentence play the role of the object of the verb likes, and the pronoun him is also acting as the object of the preposition of, okay, in the third sentence. Both are personal objective pronouns as they play the role of objects in the sentences. Okay children, I hope you understood it well. Now let's see the given table that shows the forms of personal pronouns. So here we see that the person is divided into 3 parts: first person, second person and third person. The first person subjective pronoun is I and objective pronoun is we in singular, and in plural we have subjective pronoun as we and objective pronoun as us, and they are masculine and feminine both, okay. Then we have the second person that has you as the subjective pronoun and you as the objective pronoun as well, where in singular. And when we move towards plural, we have same you and you as subjective and objective both, and they also are both masculine and feminine. Next we have third person that includes he, she and it as their subjective pronouns, and him, her and it again as the objective pronoun. And the third person in plural is only they and them. They in subjective and them as objective. And here we can see that he is used for masculine only, she is used for feminine only, and it and they and them, they are used for both. Next we have possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns such as mine, ours, yours, his, hers, theirs, etc. They are used while referring to possessions, towards ownership. Okay, let's read the given passage. Sumit is a friend of mine. Rakesh and Rupesh are my cousins. We come to school together by car. The car is theirs. So in this passage, pronouns such as mine and theirs, they show possession of Sumit as a friend of the speaker and of the car as both Rakesh and Rupesh. Okay, so the car belongs to both Rakesh and Rupesh. So the word theirs is showing the possession. However, mine is showing the possession of Sumit being the speaker's friend. Okay, now we have to remember that possessive forms of the personal pronoun I, you, she, we, it are possessive adjectives. Okay, so the possessive form of these pronouns are possessive adjectives. My, your, her, our, its. They are adjectives because they describe nouns and cannot be used independently. Why? Because they describe a noun and we cannot use them independently. That's why they are adjectives. For example, my bag is new. Our team has lost the match. I was looking at her dress. The palace has lost its charm. Now, the given table shows the different forms of possessive pronouns. Let us see what are these. Again, we will divide it into person, first person, second person and third person. And let's see that first person is mine in singular. We are talking about possessive pronouns here. And in plural, it's ours. In second person, we have yours and yours again in singular and plural both. And both these are masculine and feminine both. Next, we have his, and his is masculine. Okay, and if we convert it into plural, it becomes theirs, and after it becomes theirs, it will be both masculine and feminine at the same time. It can be used for both. And hers is used for feminine, and it is also being converted as theirs in plural. So both masculine and feminine. Next we have demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns such as that, this, these and those are used to point out the specific things they refer to. Let's read the following passage. These are the gifts that my aunt gave me last year. That is the box in which my aunt brought all these gifts. My favorite among those books is The Diary of a Young Girl. You must read this. The above words in different color replace or point towards the noun and are called demonstrative pronouns. So these words in color that are this, that, these and those, they are pointing towards a noun or they are replacing it. Okay, so that's why we call it demonstrative pronoun, because it points towards a noun. When these words qualify nouns, they play the role of demonstrative adjectives. When they are qualifying them, then they are called demonstrative adjectives. For example, I like the color of this dress. So they are qualifying it. Okay. Here, this is used as a demonstrative adjective. This is the dress that I wish to buy for my birthday. Now, as you can see, we are pointing towards the dress in this sentence. So it is used as a demonstrative pronoun in this sentence. Next, we have interrogative pronouns. So interrogative means that asks questions. Interrogative pronouns such as who, whose, which, what. So they are used to ask questions. We are asking question with these words. For example, who gave me a blank call? What does your father do? Whose is this? Okay. So we are using these words to ask question. That's it we have in this section, okay. Now we have reflexive pronouns. Let's read what are these. Reflexive pronouns such as myself, herself, yourself, itself, they always reflect the subject in the sentence, okay. Reflexive pronoun is what reflects the subject itself. It refers to the subject itself. For example, please help yourself. Neeta managed to save herself. We must boost ourselves during times of crisis. So what we are doing, we are using subject and object as the same thing is being used. What we are doing here is we are referring the subject and object as the same person. So we ourselves, you yourself, subject is being referred to again. That's why it's called reflexive pronouns. In the above sentences, the pronouns yourself, herself, ourselves refer to you, Neeta and we respectively. So this given table, it shows the different forms of reflexive pronouns. Let's see those. Again, we will divide it into person, first person, second person, third person. In singular first person, we have I, and the reflexive is myself. And in plural, we have person, we, and it reflects, when we convert it into reflexive, it becomes ourselves. In second person, we have you as the pronoun, and its reflexive pronoun as yourself. And in plural again, you and yourself. Third person, we have he, and it becomes himself. For she becomes herself. It becomes itself, and one becomes oneself. And in plural, it becomes they, and the reflexive is themselves. Let's move forward towards our next kind of pronoun, that is distributive pronouns. Distributive pronouns such as each, either and neither refer to the persons or things taken as a unit. Okay, we are taking things as a unit and then we are referring to them. For example, either of you can take the free passes for the show. So we are talking to a group here. Either of them took turns to help out with the project. Neither of you is allowed to go out till you finish your homework. So here we are referring to two people but as a unit. Okay. Next we have indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns such as something, someone, somebody, anything, anybody, nobody, all, none, some, several, few, any, many, other, everyone, anyone and nothing, etc. So they refer to persons or things in a general way. We are generally referring to them with these words. These things are not definite, specific or exact. So they are not exact or specific. For example, one must obey one's teachers. Somebody whispers to her in the dark. All is well here. So all these are pronouns that we are using generally, not specifically. So they are called indefinite pronouns. And here we have our last kind of pronouns, that is relative pronouns. Relative pronouns such as who, which, what, whom, whose, that. These words when they link a phrase or clause together in a sentence. How? Let's see the examples. The student whom you sent last week is brilliant. This is the man whose music is brilliant. Please read the poem which Wordsworth wrote. So all these, we can see they are connecting two kinds of sentences. The boy who came with my father yesterday is my brother. The Airbus that landed just now came from New York. I hope you understood it with the help of examples. Now we have some points to remember. That is, relative pronouns such as who, whose are always used to refer to animate subjects. Okay, the relative pronouns that are who and whose, they always refer to animate subjects. That means living beings. Whom is used to refer to an object of a verb or a preposition, and whom is used to refer to a object. Okay. Next we have which, that is used for animals and inanimate subjects. Okay, either non-living beings or animals. That can be used for both animate and inanimate subjects, and that can be used for both living or non-living things. What is used when no antecedent is mentioned. When we do not have any antecedent mentioned, we use what? It is used for things usually, not to mean thing which. Okay. Now with this we are done with our chapter, and we have this exercise part which I hope will be easy for you to practice. So I will come back soon with another chapter of grammar for you children. Till then, keep on practicing. Bye bye.